is recording. There it is. So as usual, if you guys don't want to have your screen on, that is okay. I'm just trying to clear off my screen here. All right, well, welcome back, everybody. I hope you guys had a good break. I had a lot of options to think about for what we're going to do today. It's been a long time since we've had an art Zoom. Um, it's springtime, so I was going to do a spring one. It's also my favorite sport, baseball. I have little Cubs logos on my shirt here, so I was thinking about baseball. But you know what? The new Minecraft movie is coming out, which is about, I've heard, like 15,000 years in the making. My son is pretty excited. Teresa's been playing Minecraft since she was 4, so I'm sure she's pretty excited. If you haven't played it, um, it's a cool game, and I'm really not a big video game person. The one thing I do like about Minecraft is it is totally building. It's one of the first video games I let my son play because you're just building in it, and there can't be a video game bad that is just involved building things from blocks. And it also helps with art because that's the way we do art is we start with little shapes in Minecraft cubes, and we build from there. So I think Minecraft's a very cool video game to help expand your artistic talents. So let's get into it. As usual, I'm just going to start with a video, and you might guess what our review might be. It is the Minecraft trailer. So we'll watch that, and we'll see if anyone else new comes in, and then we'll start our lesson.
Don't worry! I'm gonna cushion our fall with this water bucket! Release! In the overworld,
Wow.
anything you can dream about, you can create.
So they built all this?
Yeah, most of it.
Hola,
That thing doesn't understand a word you're saying.
we're talking.
Life here was perfect. Until one day, flint and steel, we came across the Nether. A place with no joy or creativity at all. You, what are you making? Oh, if they get their way, this beautiful world and everything in it will wither and die.
Bio con Dios. It means goodbye, brother.
No, it doesn't.
Don't look at her. It does.
If we want to save this world, creativity is key to survival. Now what? Elytra wingsuits.
Bye-bye. Those things work, right?
Absolutely. Coming in hot!
I got something for you.
I love Blue House. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
This place makes no sense.
Let's do this.
They want me to fight the chicken?
Chicken jockey!
Right, that is the trailer. So one of the quotes that I like from that is if we need to get out of this, we need to use creativity. And that's what I like to teach you guys a little bit is creativity, being creative. If you have problem,
Hey, friends, today we're going to draw a Minecraft chest.
hold on there. If you have a problem, you can use creativity to get your way out of that. I also love in Minecraft all the building and the creativity. And also to use a lot of science now too. You can combine things with elements, which is very cool. All right, we're going to be doing a Minecraft chest folding surprise. Who has done the folding surprises where you like fold the paper and then you open it up? All right, Angel's done it. Teresa, maybe. All right, so we'll start with that. I'm gonna clear off my space. Here's my markers. I'm gonna be using markers. We're just gonna start with a blank piece of paper. Before we begin this, they're gonna go through how to fold this, but I kind of went through if you have never done the folding thing, so basically how it comes out is you open it up and something pops out. But you have to fold your paper first to start, and sometimes this is not very hard. Sometimes it's confusing how you're supposed to fold your paper. So I kind of made this little tutorial that hopefully helps you guys to do this. If you're a pro at this, then it'll be easy. But if this is your first time, this might help a little bit. So you're going to grab your piece of paper. You don't have to write these numbers. I wrote these numbers on my paper to help you know where you're folding from. So this is just a regular piece of paper, and I'm going to keep this portrait, so up and down. And what you're going to do is you're going to fold this paper in half. So I'm going to fold from this corner in number 1, so the upper right hand, down to number 2. So I'm just going to basically fold it just like that. So you don't have to write those numbers. If those numbers help you, you can write it in pencil just very lightly in the corner. Again, I'm just folding this paper in half. I'm just folding it down. So I'm taking this corner and I'm moving it down to this corner. So number 1 to number 2. Just like that. So now I have half a sheet of paper. So now I have 2 more numbers that I wrote here. So I'm going to take this corner down here and just this flap, not the whole thing. I'm going to leave this underneath. And I'm going to take just this corner here and I'm going to fold it up to this corner here that we just made. So I'm going to fold that up like that. Does that make sense? So now we kind of have a piece of paper that you can kind of see the bottom here. So if I folded both of these up, then it's going to look very skinny. You don't want it to be skinny. You want it to be kind of like still half of a sheet of paper. So again, I have the paper in half. I'm taking 3 and going up to 4. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to flip it over like that. So I have it like this. I'm going to flip it over. And now I'm going to take this bottom one. Oh, there we go. Over here. 5 and go up to 6. So now I have a very skinny piece of paper. Again, I'm going to have it like this. So I had it like this. I flipped it over. And then I folded 5 up to 6. Now I'm going to flip this back over again. And I'm going to take this number 2 part out. So this is kind of had it. That last fold, you don't necessarily need, but it'll give us a guideline so we know where that fold is. And basically what you want your paper is, we're going to draw it like this at the beginning, and this is going to pop out like that. So when you open it, this bottom part should stay. You should be able to see this bottom part here, and then you're going to lift up like that. So that's our surprise.
I came a little bit late.
All right, so I'll go over one more time. So here's our paper. If you want to write these numbers in the corners to make it easier, just really light in pencil. So I'm going to fold down. So I'm taking this corner up here and folding it down to the bottom corner. Remember when you want to flatten it out too. So use your hand and hold. So line it up as I've already folded this, so it's easier for me. But line it up as close as you can and then flatten it out really tight with your hand. So that's the first part. Our second fold is we're going to move only the top part up. So 3 to 4. And then if you want, you can flip it over and fold this bottom part back up. That's going to make a guideline for us. And then we're going to flip it back over. So if you're writing your number, you're going to have a 1. And then we're going to just open it back up. So if you did write those numbers, you should see 1 and 2. And then you should be able to hold the bottom part and just kind of lift it open.
Like this?
Yeah, so turn it. Yeah, that looks right. So when you have it on the ground, Lindsay, you're going to want to make sure that it can kind of flip open like this. And really, if it's confusing, that last fold, if you want to just start at the beginning and just fold down and then up, that's really all you need, because we'll draw a line there. All right, let's get into it. So the beginning part of this, he's gonna kind of go through. Maybe he'll explain it better. So
My
Yeah, it's gonna
Zoom
be really
says
fun
that
when it closed up.
my
go
Zoom
ahead.
says that oh you're running low on memory. Please close all black browsers and rejoin the meeting.
You can just keep it open for now. Just leave your camera off, so maybe that will save the memory. So
Okay.
I'll let you know if it kicks you out, or you'll know, I guess, if it kicks you out. All right, so let's start drawing.
The
Um, as usual, you can use a pencil if you want. I'm just going to use a Sharpie. Um, so yeah.
the chest will be closed, and then when you open the paper, yeah, There's a zombie. a zombie is going to be inside. And we hope you're going to follow along. You need your drawing supplies. We're using markers, but you can use whatever you have. You also need some Paper and something to color with. Yeah, you ready to start? Yes.
We're also using our Canson marker paper to draw on. That's because we're drawing and coloring with markers at the very end. I like this brand because you only need one sheet to protect your table, but also it helps keep the markers lasting longer. Okay, let's first fold our paper. We can take the top edge and we're going to line it up with the bottom edge and crease it down the middle and then out to the corners. Then we're going to take the top flap and fold it back up to the top edge, line it up, and then crease it down. Then we're going to flip our paper over and repeat that same step. Oh, he's still lining it up.
There we go.
That's okay. Then we'll flip it over, and then we're going to line it up and crease that flap down too. This is just a guide fold, so let's unfold that last one and then flip our paper back over, and it should open up like this when we're all done. Also, we'll put under our drawing paper, even though we're using marker paper, I still like using scratch paper to protect our table. It doesn't have to be red, it's just matches our table. Now we're ready to draw. Let's first draw a rectangle shape so that half of the chest, or the lid for our chest, is above this fold, and then the bottom half is below, and that way when it opens up, it opens in the same place where our chest opens. So I'm going to first draw, and we're going to draw a double chest, so extra wide. We're going to start here, and we're going to draw a line that comes down over the fold, and then I'm going to repeat this same line, try to keep the same space on the right side, and we'll start here, and then we're going to draw down and try to keep the same length. Yeah. And it looks like this could go just a little higher to match your other side. And then we're going to connect the top over to the other side and also the bottom. And I turn my paper diagonal so that it's a little easier to draw that line. Oh, and I like that you turned it sideways so that you could pull the line straight towards you. That sometimes makes it easier to pull a straight line towards your body.
Yes.
Good job. Now let's draw the little latch right here. We're going to try to split the chest in the middle, and we're going to draw now a rectangle shape that goes over the fold. So I'm going to draw it right about here, and I'm going to draw a little longer below the fold. So it comes down a little further. And then we can also connect those at the bottom and the top. That's already starting to look like a Minecraft chest.
Yeah.
Now we're going to add the little border that goes around our chest. First, let's start at the latch, and we're going to draw a line that goes above, it's above the fold. We're going to stop right here.
So when you're doing this, you can kind of see, I don't know if you can see my mouse here. You're going to draw this line above the fold so that you can see the chest when you open it.
I'm going to do a creeper.
Okay, that works.
So that we can draw the border coming up. And then we're going to draw it going across. I'm going to keep turning my paper diagonal so that it's a little easier to draw these straight lines. And then I'm going to come down, and then we're going to come back to the latch over here. So I'm going pretty fast just because just a simple rectangle shape that we're going around, matching the same shape as our chest.
So take your time and draw nice lines for this. And again, does anyone have any suggestions maybe if you are like me and you can't draw straight lines? Angel?
Use a ruler.
Yeah, I'm
Exactly.
using a ruler too.
Yes, you could use a ruler, which would be a good idea if you want to draw straight lines, because as you can see, if you're like me, you're not very good at drawing straight lines.
If you do just one line really fast, sometimes it comes out as a straight line.
That'll work too. If that works, I mean that's good. So yeah. Thanks, Eli and Angel and Lindsay. All right, let's keep going.
Always remember though, if you need extra time during the video, you can always pause the video. Now let's draw that same rectangle border, but we're going to go down. So now I'm drawing the line below the fold. Then we're going to repeat, come down. Ooh, and I'm going to turn it this way. There we go. And then we'll come up and across. Then right up here, let's add one more little rectangle shape at the very top. And I could have probably made my latch a little bit bigger, but it's okay. We're practicing, right?
Yeah.
I also love that our two drawings don't look exactly the same. They're both turning out awesome. And that's because the most important thing is
To have fun.
yeah, and to
Practice.
Practice. It's okay if your drawings look different too. Remember to have fun and practice. Okay, let's keep going. Now we're ready to unfold our paper. So let's open it up and we can flatten out the fold so it's easier to draw.
So if you folded your paper correctly, you should see, and should have this big open area in the middle. And this is where we're going to draw we were drawing a zombie.
So we should have the lid up here at the top and the bottom of our chest down here at the bottom. Let's first.
And I will say for this part, since I did watch this and I tried this before, there are a lot of lines that you might think that we're going to make, but you're going to not make. So make sure that you watch him draw the lines before you draw your own lines, because I made the mistake when I was practicing this that I was going ahead. Don't go ahead, because some of the lines you won't expect. So make sure you see what he's drawing first.
First, come down here to the bottom of our chest, and we're going to extend the two sides up a little further. I'm going to turn my paper sideways. Oh, maybe this way, so you have more room. And then we're going to connect straight down to the other side. Yeah, and then let's extend the latch up to the top of the chest. Then up here on the lid, we're going to extend this down on both sides. And then we can turn our paper again and draw a straight. Oh, before we do that, let's extend this latch past. We're going to draw it beyond or past the edge or the lip of the lid.
This is
So
where
we're
you're
going to draw that coming down. And we could try to match the same size that's down here. Then let's pull this line towards us and stop at the latch. And then we can keep going to the other side. There we go. Now that we have the lid and also the bottom of our chest completed, let's draw our zombie. Now you could also change this lesson. You don't have to add a zombie. You could draw something completely different. You could draw Steve jumping out of the chest. You could also draw Alex, or you could even draw different things like a sword, a diamond sword, or a pickaxe. You could also draw other mobs like chickens, cows, yeah. Or a skeleton. But let's draw a zombie. So we're going to first start by drawing a square right here in the middle of our paper. So I'm going to try to draw it big. I'm going to draw it, let's see, maybe about this big. Yeah, so it fills up a lot of the space. I'm going to draw, so I drew the side down and then over for an L shape, and then we draw an upside down L. Oh, I love how big your head is. It's awesome. The next time I draw this zombie, I'm going to draw it as big as you. It always looks better big. Okay, now let's draw the nose. We're going to add a little rectangle shape right here in the middle. Or this could be also, I'm not really sure on the zombie if this is part of the mouth or the nose. So we got a little rectangle shape in the middle, but then we're going to extend the two sides of that up for the eyes. Then we're going to come over, down, and then back in for rectangle shapes of the eyes. Let's also color those rectangle shapes in. Now let's draw the body. We're going to draw 2 lines. I'm going to come in.
All right, I'm gonna pause it so you guys can get caught up and fill those eyes in if you need to. If you're using pencil, you can go ahead and kind of like outline some of this, I think. Or
I'm gonna color it in with the crayon.
okay. Yep. You guys are free to kind of use your own creativity for these. As always, they don't have to be exactly how we're drawing them. Just a guide. And I love that you're using your creativity to do a little bit different. Just like in Minecraft, I have found that there are a million different ways to do the same thing. So that is cool. So, all right, how's everyone doing? Are we all good? All right.
Making a netherite pickaxe.
What was that?
I'm making a netherite pickaxe.
Okay, cool. I like that. You guys are all doing different things. I'm gonna stick with my zombie here.
And just a little from the head on each side. And we're going to draw those coming straight down to the chest. Now let's draw the t-shirt. We're going to draw, or the neck on the t-shirt. We're going to draw 2 lines that come down on each side. And I kind of line them up with the middle of the eye. Then we're going to step in and then down again. And this is like a little pixel step. And then we're going to connect at the bottom. There we go. There's the little neckline for our t-shirt. Now let's draw the arms. And we're going to draw 2 square shapes. I'm going to draw them way over here on the edge. So I'm going to draw like this. Oh, we're going to draw these kind of big so that it looks like these arms are coming out to reach out and grab us. So there's one. And then I'm going to try to draw the same size hand over here where the end of the arm over here on this side to match. And it's okay if they're a little different. They don't have to be exactly the same. Yes. Now let's draw a line a diagonal line that connects down to the shoulder. And I'm going to do it on this side too, over here. And then we're going to draw a diagonal line that connects here. These look like they're going in perspective. See how the end of the arms look like they're getting really big. That means they're close to us. And then these lines get further away. As they get further away, they get closer to each other. That makes it look like it's 3D. We can also add just a little line right here for the sleeve on the zombie's arm. We did it. We finished our zombie. Oh, let's do one more thing. We're going to make the lid or the top of our chest look more 3D. We're going to add 2 diagonal lines coming back, just like we did for the arms. See how they come down? They get closer together. Yeah. We're going to do that same thing with the chest. So now we can go through. I'm going to connect to the zombie's head. Now let's add a little border around. So I'm going to draw that same shape going around, following around this, the bottom of the lid. And I'm going fast just because we're repeating.
I'm going to pause this and go back because I got stuck in the back. We're going back to the lid.
The lid or the top of our chest look more 3D. We're going to add 2 diagonal lines coming back, just like we did for the arms. See how they come down? They get closer together. Yeah. We're going to do that same thing with the chest. So now we can go through. I'm going to connect to the zombie's head. Now let's add a little border around. So I'm going to draw that same shape going around, following around this, the bottom of the lid. And I'm going fast just because we're repeating that same shape. And then I'm going to do it one more time. So this shape is the border or the darker border. Then we're going to draw the inside of our chest. And I'm going to draw this right next to the last shape that we drew. There we go. And then go through the latch and over to the other side. Yeah. And we could even do the same thing down here at the bottom. Let's do the same thing. We're going to draw 2 diagonal lines, one on the left and one also on the right. We're trying to match those same angles. And then, oh, I love that yours connects to your arm. That looks really cool. I'm going to draw mine connecting to the body. And then we can do the same thing that we did up here. So we're going to draw a border that goes around on each side. And then I'm going to repeat that border again. Oh, it's really small. So I'm going to just try to make it work. There we go. And one more inside. Oh, that looks even cooler because now it looks 3D. Oh, yeah. And you added a little line here. That looks even cooler. We did it! We finished drawing our zombie and our Minecraft chest, except we're not completely done.
Still need to color it.
Yes, and we are going to fast forward, so remember, you can pause the video at the end to match our same coloring. Actually, before we speed things up, let's talk about the colors that we've picked out. Now, if you're using the same Art for Kids Hub markers that we have, you can use the same numbers that we picked out. So the first color that we have is 24. It's kind of a brown orange. We're going to use this for the main color of the chest. Then we also have
So you guys don't have to use the same colors, obviously. If you want to make it more Minecraft realistic, you can. I'm just going through and adding some thicker lines to my zombie here so that he really stands out from the box. And I wanted to show you guys something really quick too before he starts to color. Is if you have a lot of crayons or markers, so like I finally broke down and got that pack of markers that he always talks about. These are really good about going over top of each other. One thing that you can do is you have the colors on these, but they're not always exactly the same colors as what it looks like on the marker. So it's a really good idea, especially if you're going to be doing a bunch of different colors, is to do what's kind of like a template sheet where you take your colors and you just put them on your paper to see exactly what they look like. So for example, especially like this green here, number 42. On my marker, it looks really kind of light, but when I put it down on my paper, it's kind of really a darker green than I thought it was going to be. So if you have a bunch of different colors, especially if you're using markers or paints too, use a kind of a sheet to kind of guide you. And then also when you're drawing and you mark them, you can put the numbers. So my markers have numbers on them. You can mark and you can see what colors you're using. And this is really good for when you're doing a lot of different colors, is to have this sheet to see what it looks like. Not only before you can see what the color looks like before you put it down, but also when you go back and you're coloring and you can remember which one you grabbed in case, like, let's say maybe I put number 24 back in here and I'm like, oh, what was that orange? I can't remember what it was. This way I know exactly what colors I'm using. So that's just a trick when you're doing more kind of advanced pieces where you're doing a lot of coloring, especially you want to make it look really nice and not kind of like doing sketching, is to do one of these sheets. So just a tip for you guys.
A really dark brown 92, that's for the border around the chest. And then we also have 94, it's not as dark, but we're going to use that inside the chest. Then we got CG1, light gray for the latch. And then we have two greens, 43 and 42, that we're going to use for the zombie. The 43 is the main color, but 42 we'll use for the texture. And then what color are we using for the t-shirt?
66.
Yeah, it's a light blue. Okay, now you ready to speed things up?
Yes.
Jack, we did it! We finished drawing and coloring our Minecraft chest. It looks really cool. That was a lot of coloring.
Yeah, it was.
Should we show our friends inside?
Yes.
Okay, on the count of three. One, two, three. Roar! Roar! I love how it turned out, especially.
Let me see if I can get his hands out of the way. So again, you guys don't have to color them like this.
Mr. Robert, I won't be able
Yes.
to color it because all my color supplies are packed because I'm moving.
Oh, that's okay. You can kind of try to shade it, or if you want to put in some different lines.
I tried to give her like a texture with just the Sharpie I have, kind of, but it didn't really turn out.
That's okay. Yeah, we just like say try to do some textures, but if it didn't really work out, you can kind of like just make some really black sections and some really white sections. So maybe like your like chest can be mostly black, but it should still look pretty cool without the coloring.
What I did.
So if you guys just want to color, we have about 10 minutes. So I'm just gonna have you guys can color. Do you guys want me to leave this open? One thing too that he did do here, if you are using markers, especially kind of like a little bit nicer markers, um, is going over. So here he laid that base of that light orange and then kind of went over it again with that same orange, and that kind of made these darker spots. The same with the blue, or like with the green, he used two different colors greens to go on top of each other. So I'm just going through and making my lines a little thicker. I'll leave this up so you guys have a reference to the coloring if you want to do the same coloring. Is anyone going to go see the Minecraft movie? Oh, I lost
I
everybody.
might.
When's he going to see it?
When does it come out?
It comes out, so it doesn't come out this week. It comes out next Friday.
Like at April
I think it's April
6th or 4th.
4th. I think it's the 4th or the
Yeah.
5th.
It's the
Not this
same
weekend.
Friday for makeup testing.
Yeah, so next week. Oh, thank you, Lindsay. You totally reminded me. So next week we will not have a Zoom because you guys will be doing testing. So I want to make sure that you guys can focus on testing. A couple notes for the last semester. You'll notice there's no more like art lessons or things for that. We're transitioning over to using a new kind of system that you guys will see when you log in. It's called Canvas. So like your classes will look a little bit different. The way you log in will be a little bit different. So we're trying to start to transition over to that, which is a lot of work. So rather than I'm just kind of using that time at this end of the semester to get next year's classes kind of set up and going. So we're just going to have a Zoom each week for art, except for next week because of testing. And then also we'll have a week off at the end of the year for testing again. But again, so the Zooms are mandatory. So thank you guys for coming. You attended. So you got 100%. Everyone got 100% for this week for their art grade. For PE, all you're gonna have is the PE log. There'll be no more lessons for that. So just make sure that you guys keep working out. You guys, right now it's really nice weather. I love it. It's getting a little warm. But make sure you turn those
Oh
PE
yeah,
logs on Friday.
I've been going to Copper Sky to play basketball sometimes
Very,
in the morning.
very cool. It's been very nice in the morning. And so yeah, so make sure like if you go to play basketball, just mark that as doing your activity. I would like you guys to continue to be doing those typing lessons though. I do have the typing each week. We'll have two typing lessons on typing.com. So try to work those out. Those will just help you to learn how to type quicker, which you will definitely use growing up. I went on a plane over break, and there was a gentleman probably in college, and he was using a typing method that maybe some of you guys still use, which is the two-finger typing. He was very fast, I must say, like that video I showed you. He was going really quickly, but I was just thinking if he just took some time to learn how to type with all of his fingers, that he'd be going so much faster. So do those, practice with the games. Yeah, so keep doing those typing lessons. When you complete them, just let me know that you've completed them. For coloring, if you're going to do like this, where you do the different layers, you're going to want to do the lighter color first. So again, I have my scratch paper here. I just want to make sure that I'm using the right green. So here's one green. Here's my other green. That's too dark. I think this is my main creeper green. That's way too dark. I think I'm going to use this one. It actually kind of doesn't look green. You can find more of a creeper green in here. There we go. See, and then this looks very light. You can kind of see on my sheet that it's a lot kind of darker. There's a nice base for the creeper. Oh wait, this is not a creeper. This is a zombie. I'm calling it a creeper. I also still get very confused about the different characters and what they do. So yeah, so next week you guys will have testing. I might see some of you. I am going down to Maricopa for the testing. So if you live down in Maricopa and you're going to Maricopa, the Maricopa branch, I will see you. So that will be exciting to see some of you guys in person that I haven't seen.
I'm done.
All right. How's everyone else doing? We have about 4 minutes left. I could start showing. I'm gonna finish up this mouth, the part of my guy. All right, let's check out some of your guys' drawing. Lindsay, you said you're done?
Yeah.
Do you want to show your camera? I can pin yours. Very cool. And let's see, open.
It's
Very cool.
a cute creeper since I
You
had
did
a
a
little bow.
It's a cute creeper. Does it still explode?
Yeah. I
Yes.
might need to draw some those little explode things.
You can do like a explosion, like through the lines around in the background.
Yeah.
That would be cool. Does anyone else want to show theirs? Go back to the gallery here. Here's Eli's. Eli's, let me pin yours. Very cool. Eli did a bomb in his. Very nice, Eli. Anyone else? Malachi, how's yours going?
I'm gonna also draw some fire around it.
Yeah.
So
Angel, you want to show yours really quick? All right, here's Angel's.
I'm running out of orange.
Awesome. You drew the zombie. Very cool. Good job. Teresia, do you want to show yours? Have you spotlighted Teresia? No? I know you can't talk. Your microphone's not working. She says, wait. All right, I'll go back to the gallery. Let me know. How about Malachi? Do you want to share yours really quick before we go? Just you don't have to be finished.
Okay, now I'm done.
Here's Malachi's. Very good job, Malachi. All right, here's Teresia's. Teresia drew. I knew Teresia would do something cool. Teresia drew zombie and a creeper, a couple
A
creepers, and a
ba and a
pig.
baby zombie riding a pig.
Oh yeah, it's the baby zombie riding the pig. Awesome.
It's like a zombie family.
That's so cool. Great job. What's is the balloon something in Minecraft? I'm still learning about Minecraft a little bit. Or is that just something you added in? Caleb, I like your comment that your silence was too loud. All right, well, I'm going to complete mine. We are done for the day. Thank you guys for showing up to my art Zoom. Everyone did a really good job. And remember, like Steve said in the thing, we need creativity to get out of this. So if you run into a problem, use creativity to get out of the problem. So, all right, I hope you guys have a good rest of your week. Good luck on your testing next week, and I will see you in a couple of weeks. All right. Everybody have a good rest of your week and good luck. All right, bye everybody.
Bye.